Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. I am currently driving through the north end of Greenville. I believe this is the north end. Now, just as a side note, the south end of this city is going to be considered the poor end of the city. Just as a side note. I'm getting ready to turn down Cunningham Street. So, if this is not the north side of Greenville, drop a comment below and let everybody know what side of town I'm driving through. Now, this area I'm driving through is going to most likely be considered the working class community here in Greenville. Not that people who are in poor communities don't work hard for their money, because the majority of them do. It's just for those of you that have a little bit of extra money and you don't want to live on the south end of the city, you can come on this side of the city and look for a house. And if you're successful at finding one around here, because there's not a whole lot of inventory right now here in Greenville, so if you're successful at finding a house here in Greenville around this community, I'm going down Grant Streets. So yeah, if you're able to find something in this community, just off the top of my head, you're going to want to be prepared to come to the table with about $100,000 for a house. Because as I tell you guys, housing prices right now are crazy. Now, for those of you that might want to live in the more elite part of the city, then you're going to want to come to the table with $200,000 or better. Maybe you might be able to find some properties in that part of Greenville for a little less than 200, but I would say to be on the safe side, you're gonna probably want to come to the table with a couple $100,000. Now, for those of you that are from the north, or you're used to, for those of you that are from the north, or you're from the Midwest like myself, and you're used to having a house with a basement and perhaps even a garage for your vehicle, if you come down south and look around for a house, I would say anywhere south of the Tennessee and the Carolinas, if you come to the deep south and look around for a house, you're gonna find that a lot of these houses are not gonna have a garage, and the majority of your houses will not come with the basements. And the reason being is gonna be like the reason why most houses in the South typically are not gonna be built with a basement is primarily because of the humidity that's here down south. So if you're accustomed to having a house with a basement, then just understand, if you want to move down south, most of your houses are not going to have basements, and that's going to be because of the humidity in the soil that's down south, that's here down south. I apologize to you people. I keep going down the same goddamn street. I gotta turn my car around and go down a different area because I don't want to keep showing you guys the same shit. So I apologize to you people for that. But anyways, like I was saying, and many of your houses down here are not going to come with garages. They're going to come with carports instead. Now, there are houses down here that do have garages. Some of them will have a garage and a carport. But I would say if you buy a house in the deep south for less than $100,000, you're going to most likely have just a carport and no garage. If you spend more than $100,000, then you'll have a better chance of finding a home that has a garage. Some of them might even have both a garage and a carport. Now here in Alabama doesn't get a whole lot of snow. So, in my opinion, it's not going to be as necessary to have a garage here in Alabama as it would be up north. Because up north, we get the snow and all that wonderful stuff. As we're here in Alabama, they don't get snow. And a little bit of snow that Alabama typically receives is so little, it's a joke. But down here in Alabama, they barely get snow. Alright people, I'm getting ready to turn on Bell Street, and I'm just coming off of Bell Lane. Now here on Bell Lane, there is currently a house for sale. So if you want to buy a house in this neighborhood, there is currently a house for sale here on Bell Lane. And now I'm going down Wright Street. Wright Street. So yeah, for those of you that are looking to live in a solid working class neighborhood, this is going to be your video. And I might be able to get a few upscale communities on this video as well. For those of you that got a little extra money. I'm getting ready to turn down Palmer Street, P-A-R-M-E-R. This is Palmer Streets. And one thing I noticed about here in Greenville is you have some of your mansions or bigger, more expensive homes mixed in with some of these smaller homes. So for those of you that are online and you're looking to buy a home in an upscale community, if you come across a picture of a mansion that might be for sale for an abnormally low price, or even if the price is average to fair, like I tell you guys all the time, take the time and jump in your vehicle and make a trip to that area to look at the property. Because you might be looking at a mansion, let's say, or you might be looking at a house that might be for sale for, let's say, $200,000. You're thinking, oh man, 200 grand, that's a deal. But then what could happen is, right down the street from that $200,000 home, right down the street from that mansion, could be a neighborhood like this. Which this is the poor. I am back in the poor section of Greenville. I am back in the poor section of Greenville. At least for now. So yeah, you might see a picture of a mansion, and you might purchase it sight unseen because you're afraid if you don't grab it up, then somebody else will. But the thing about that is, you might see the picture of the mansion, and then right around the corner from that mansion could be a neighborhood like this one. a neighborhood where a lot of your houses are ran down and the residents in the area, for the most part, are struggling. Now, I'm not poking fun at these people. I'm not judging. I'm not talking bad. I'm just trying to be as realistic as possible. Cause I know if you're here in Alabama and you're gonna buy a house for let's say a couple $100,000, you're not gonna want to be in a neighborhood like this or have a neighborhood like this right around the corner. There's something I wanted to show you guys. If I can find it, I want to show you guys. All right, folks. Look at this house right here on the corner. Now, this house right here has been on the market for some time. I mean, I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about here. Now, this house has been on the market for some time. I saw this house on realtor.com. Here's the yard. Here's the general neighborhood. Now, as you guys watch this part of the video, bear in mind earlier parts of the video that I showed where you guys saw all those ran down dilapidated houses. Bear in mind some of the other videos I've showed you of Greenville, of the poor section of the city. Bear all that in mind. Now this house does come with a little storage unit here. Here's the back of this house. Looks like, let's see here. Looks like someone at some point probably came over here, and as you can look at this door and see, looks like someone then kicked the door in. We're not going to go inside because I do not have permission to go inside, so we're going to just go on the outside. Here's the land. Here's the front of this house. Now this house is on realtor.com, located here in Greenville, Alabama. Now, if you were to look at this house on realtor.com and not bother to come out here and look at the house in person, or at least get someone who is on the grounds to look at this house in person for you, you would think this house was on the better side of the city. Now this house is right here in Greenville, Alabama, and yes, it is in the heart of the ghetto of Greenville, Alabama. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Don't let the... See, here's this house. And here's what you got next door. I don't know if you guys can see real good, but that's what you're going to have next door to you if you buy this house. Now this little area doesn't look that bad at all. I'm not going to lie. But this house is located right here in Greenville, Alabama, in the heart of the ghetto. I don't know any nice way to say it other than the way I just said it. And again, I'm not talking bad about this area. A lot of good people around here. But this house is priced at $75,000, just about. Now, me personally, I would not want to spend $75,000 for a house here in Greenville, Alabama, and be in the ghetto. For $75,000 in Greenville, I would be somewhere better. Here's now, and I'm going to show you guys. I'm in this house, and I'm going to show you guys this door. See, when you look at this door, you can see that someone broke the knob and broke into this part of the house. I don't know about you guys, but I know for me, I wouldn't want to spend $75,000 and be in a neighborhood like this one, where people are breaking, or where people are breaking into houses. So let this part of this video be a very important lesson to you people, to not ever buy a house or a piece of property without looking at the property in person. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. Everybody have a blessed one. Hopefully you guys got something out of this video, and I will see you guys on the next video.